Afternoon everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of Retro Ranking. This is in tribute, of course, of Brian Travers, who sadly died last week. UB40, what a band. Now, I'm always been a bit of a headbanger all my life, but there's one band that I've always liked. I haven't got all their albums, I'll admit that. I have got a couple of greatest hits albums. I've always liked UB40. I think they're just a terrific band, terrific musicians. I love that reggae pop sound. And the thing is, they're not all from the Caribbean. You've got English, Welsh, Irish, Jamaican, Scottish and Yemeni parentage. So it's a multicultural band for the love of reggae, and that is fantastic. I mean, they've had more than 50 UK singles, been nominated for Grammy Awards as Best Reggae Album 4 times, nominated for a Brit Award for Best British Group. They've sold over 70 million album records worldwide. Fantastic. I mean, the lineup was solid for 29 years, from 79 to 2008, when frontman Ali Campbell left, followed by keyboardist Mickey Virtue. Then another member, Astro, remained with the band until 2013, when he departed to team up with Campbell. Then we had the UB40 legal bit, trying to say who had the right to the name. I'm glad it was all sorted out, because Duncan Campbell was involved. Obviously Brian Travers has been there from day one, and that they stayed solid until this was sorted out till 2021. Duncan Campbell retired because of his ill health, and then Matt Doyle, formerly of the reggae band Kokio, came in, and then sadly last week Brian passed away. It's just a sad day, because Brian was a fantastic saxophone player. You could always pick him out. Some of the stuff he's done with UB40 was fantastic. So let's look at these are my favourite songs, top 10 songs by UB40. I've got a couple of honourable mentions, of course. So let's have a look. So coming in at my top 10, coming in at number 10 is the song from 1984. Got to number 9 in the charts. It Happens Again. This is a really good song, and you can hear Brian's sax on this. Fantastic. I love this track, always have. It's a nice upbeat track, one of my favourite songs from 84. Memories of that year, so I do like that track. Then coming in at number 9 is a song from 1985, got to number 3 in the charts. Don't Break My Heart. This was a little bit of a different departure for UB40, and I just think it was a really solid song. It just proves how versatile this band were. I mean, they're great musicians, so terrific song. Coming in at number 8 is one of their number ones in both the US and the UK. 1993. It's the Elvis Song, I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Now, with this song, you either do a great version or a bad version, but UB40 did a fantastic version. Again, you can hear Brian on this, and I just love how they turned this Elvis song into a reggae song. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant version, and it's one of my favourite. Obviously, it's one of my favourite songs by the band. Okay, then coming in at number 7 is another cover from 1985, number 1 in the UK, 28 in the USA. It's "I've Got You Babe," the Sonny and Cher song, which they did with Chrissie Hynde. Again, I just love how they made this song into a reggae song. I mean, the original's brilliant, and this is as good. I've got fond memories of this song. Back in 1986, I went to a concert in Birmingham, organised by Bev Bevan, Heartbeat 86, through the Birmingham Children's Hospital. Some of us did a sponsored thing as well, and we raised money for it ourselves. They had all the Birmingham bands on there, and Moody Blues, ELO, Applejacks, The Move, Roy Wood, Bob Plant was there. And for one song, UB40 came on, and they did "I Got You Babe" with Ruby Turner. And I loved it. It was one of the highlights of the show, because I think it was Astro, he got lost. He had a bit of a Spinal Tap thing behind the stage, and he finally got on stage and everyone applauded, and it was quite funny. It was a fantastic concert, and that was a fantastic performance, and I just love that version by UB40. Coming in at number 6 then, from 1997, number 12 in the charts, "Rat in My Kitchen." Brian's saxophone on this is so prominent. It's such brilliance, and that's why I love this track, purely because of the saxophone. And I've always liked that long before, sadly, Brian passed away. He was such a fantastic saxophone player. Fantastic stuff. Coming in number 5, number 4 from 1990, "Kingston Town." Another classic from them. I mean, I'm, as you know, I'm a progressive rock, but I do love this reggae sound. It's so relaxing. I mean, and I've been to the Caribbean, and to actually hear this sort of music in the Caribbean is just something else. Fantastic song. Okay, then coming in at number 4, another song from 84, got to number 12, "Cheerio Baby." Great cover of the Eric Donaldson song. In fact, this is better. This is a great version. One of my favourite songs from the 80s again. Terrific stuff. Okay, then we're now moving into the top 3. Coming in number 3 from 1981, number 7 in the charts, "1 in 10." This is probably Brian's finest performance. I love this reggae political song, all about the 80s. Lyrics are really strong. For those of us that were around it, that early 80s, the political problems this country had, great song and one to the people. And I think this is why I like this band, because these sort of songs, absolutely brilliant. Coming in at number 2, it was the debut single from 1980, number 4, "Food for Thought." Brian's sax in this is just fantastic. It's the highlight of the song. It drives the song. And he was part of that engine room of UB40. Fantastic. One of my favourite songs, "Food for Thought." Okay, then coming in at number 1. It only had to be one song, hadn't it, really? 1983's number 1, both sides of the Atlantic, It's the brilliant, brilliant Red, Red Wine. This is a classic song. It was written by Neil Diamond, but this version just blows his version. His is slow and it's not a particularly inspiring song, but this is just fantastic. I just love this song and I like playing this a lot. I just love it. I mean, when he died last week, I thought, right, I've got to do a show, so I stuck on the Greatest Hits album and just picked out my 10. This was, I got my bit of paper there in front of me, and before I put it on, I put that down at number 1 straight away, because nothing was going to knock that off number 1. Okay, we've got some honourable mentions. First one is another duo they did with Chrissy Hine, Breakfast in Bed, number 6, 1988. I love this because, again, Brian's contribution on this song is fantastic. I just love hearing. He made that saxophone talk. Superb song. Then another one I like by them from 1993, Higher Ground, number 8 and 45. This is such a quirky song, and you can hear Brian's sax on this. Fantastic. It's an absolute wonderful how he makes it talk. And my final honourable mention is from 1997, got to number 14, Tell Me It's True. This is a song they did for the Let Down film Speed 2, and this is the best thing about that movie, this song. I love this song. Very, very quirky. So I know it's not much, but that's my little tribute to Brian Travers. Will be sadly missed. I mean, he was in the band from the beginning. He never went off when Ali Campbell went. He stayed loyal to the band, and it's just such a shame. I mean, you got Duncan now not very well. It's just not good at all. But when you put this album on, I think it will all be the same. Just put on, the music's there, and we will treasure that music for all time. Which again, I've liked a lot of the comments that people have put. It's lovely that, you know, I appreciate that there's a lot of you that really are reggae fans more than me. But, you know, I do like this band. They were such a fun band, and when they were out, it was a time where things weren't pretty bad, but you know, a UB40 song used to lift you. So that's all for today. Tomorrow is Marathon Wednesday, and again it's another tribute. It's a late tribute, but when I did the tribute to Dusty Hill the day after he died, when we did Then and Now, I said then that I think we briefly went over the albums, but I said that I think this band deserves a proper ranking as a big tribute to one of the finest bass players in rock, Dusty. So tomorrow I'll be ranking all their studio albums. We'll be looking at each track for their memories. So we'll see you for that one. Whatever you do for the rest of the day, have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.